Let's talk about the elbow. The elbow is very interesting because two different types of motion can occur there. You can get flexion and extension, and you can get pronation and supination, and we'll talk about each of those different types of motion. Let's go ahead and very quickly review the anatomy of the distal humerus. This is looking from the front. This is the medial epicondyle right here, which is relatively large compared to the smaller lateral epicondyle. This is the coronoid fossa right here. This is the trochlea right here. And this rounded surface right here, this is the capitulum. When I turn the humerus over and look at the back, this large depression right here, this is the olecranon fossa. And you can tell the posterior side of the humerus from the anterior side pretty easily by recognizing this very deep olecranon fossa that lives on the back of the humerus. Let's go ahead and look at the ulna very quickly. As I said, this is the olecranon process right here. This notch right here is known as the trochlear notch, and that's where the humerus and the ulna articulate like this, and that's where you get your flexion and extension. Let's go ahead and illustrate that by flexing and extending at the elbow. The other thing that occurs at the elbow joint is pronation and supination of the forearm/hand. Let's go ahead and define pronation and supination. And I'm going to use my hand to do that. This position right here is known as pronation, and this position right here is known as supination. And the way that you can remember that, the mnemonic for that, is this is soup. Basically, I'm holding a bowl of soup. When I turn my hand over, then I pour the soup. So soup, supination, pour, pronation. Let's look at where that motion takes place. So that's going to take place at the articulation between the radius, the radial head, and the capitulum. So this is the capitulum right here, and this is the radius right here. Let's go ahead and take another view at the head of the radius, and you can see that there's this little depression here, and this is what articulates with the capitulum. This is the radial tuberosity right here, which is where the biceps tendon attaches. Let's go ahead and look at that motion. So this is the joint between the capitulum and the radial head, and you can see that it's just designed to rotate right there. And when you rotate at this articulation right here, that's what causes pronation and supination. Thank you.